to have very strong structures. And therefore, whenever we have a proclamation for the by-elections, we are always ready. I know when we all went through the campaign period for the harmonized general elections, we were all looking forward to resting. But then, when we had the experience of recalls by the opposition, it meant that we had to go back to our bases and prepare. And as I said, we are happy with the progress so far, but we shouldn't sit on our laurels. We should continue to work harder. We should continue to engage our membership and even engage those who are not our members to come out and vote. In 2023, our party experienced a new surge of people who were not our members before, and probably who felt that they were not very comfortable in getting into our structures, but who were comfortable in supporting the party through joining affiliates. These affiliates were normally revolving around occupations, revolving around professions, where people felt comfortable to organize themselves under the banner of a particular trade, but in support of the president and support of economic development, as espoused by the president and the ruling party and government. So we would like to encourage our affiliates to do the same as we experienced in the harmonized general elections, for them to mobilize their membership and for them to come and cast their vote. In the previous by-elections, we've also experienced a lot of support from the youth, from the Women's League, as well as from the War Veterans League. And we want to thank them for that support and also appeal to them that let's see the same as we drive our campaign period, and more so as we make sure that those who are registered to vote, those who are our members, get out on the 3rd of February and go out and cast their vote. What we call political culture is not something that is common in all countries. It takes time for people to have an appreciation of what politics is all about. There are people who think if he has a problem, it's because of ZANU-PF. If he goes to work, he's fired for being absent for a long period it's ZANU-PF. If it doesn't rain, it's ZANU-PF. So we politicize everything. Things that we can do. If we fail, we put the blame on ZANU-PF. Now, and there's so much that ZANU-PF has done. And just to give you an example, that we have the World Bank, the IMF, that have said Zimbabwe at the moment is the fastest growing economy in the region in terms of comparison, despite having sanctions. Now, that in itself tells you the progress that has been done by the Second Republic. However, our problem then is how to get that information to our people, to get our people to have that appreciation. And that's the task of all of us as members of the party, to be able to communicate, to get the awareness to our people so that they understand what is happening. They can then have a proper understanding of what is happening around them. Some of them, it's not their fault. It's that lack of awareness. If you have experienced some of the lectures that are given by Cde School of Ideology, when they take people to have an appreciation of where we are coming, people to have an appreciation of the damage that was done to us psychologically, right from slavery to colonization, and what our forefathers have done to be able to be just independent. That in itself, you can never thank them for that. Sometimes we forget what we went through or what those before us went through. And when you then realize that right up from before 1963, that there were those few of us who said, no, we have a right to rule our country. And at the time, when it was not easy to stand up and challenge a system, but they still challenged, resulting in death, resulting in imprisonment. And all that will make you, when you realize all that, to say, I, as a Zimbabwean, I have a contribution to make. As they say, you have to ask yourself, it's not what ZANU-PF should do for you. What else can you do as an individual to contribute to the success of this country? It's not for President Mnangagwa. It's not for the Politburo. It's for all of us. This is our country. We have no alternative. What are we doing as individuals to contribute to the success of this country? So that is what we need, that patriotism, that understanding and appreciation of our past, our present. It will be very clear for you to know where you are going. So we continue to educate our people. And we have seen that, yes, despite some protest votes, that as you have said, but we have seen our numbers going up in the elections that have come before us. We have seen these numbers going up. So it's an indication that these numbers, if we continue to work hard, they will continue to go up. And we'll be able to be in a position where we have a common understanding, where we are saying, this is our Zimbabwe. We have a task on our hand, and it's for all of us to make a contribution for ourselves, for our children, and those who will follow later. That we have by-elections on the 3rd of February, and soon after the proclamation, as usual, our party went into full gear to prepare for our campaigns. And obviously, these preparations came at the time when we were also preparing for the festive period and also preparing for particularly those who are farmers, also preparing for the rainy season. We do have by-elections here in Bulawayo for Pelandaba Shabalala constituency. In the Midlands province, we have Mukoba North, and in Mashonaland West, we have two constituencies, that is Chegutu West and Bimha East. Last but not least is Mashonaland East, where we have by-elections in the two constituencies, that is Seke as well as Goromonzi South. The responsibility to campaign is squarely on our provincial leadership, with support from other members of the party, in particular our Central Committee, our Politburo, members of the National Consultative Assembly, and also our leagues. All these structures support the provincial leadership in their campaigns. And I'm glad that this has progressed well here in Bulawayo province. Our visit today was for us to take stock of the preparations that have been put in place by the provincial leadership, so that we have an idea of where they are, what they still need to do, and any assistance that they would want to get from ZANU PF headquarters. So as I said earlier on, I'm very happy to report that there is pleasing progress in terms of the work that has already been done by the teams that are coordinated by the provincial leadership. And it's pleasing as well that they've been working as a team, putting all efforts together to make sure that come 3rd of February, our candidate will romp to victory. Our candidate, ZANU PF candidate, is Comrade Joseph Chuma, who has been working with the campaign teams since last year and has been going around overseeing these preparations throughout all the polling stations. In the constituency. As I said, we are happy with the progress. We have noted the challenges. We have noted the assistance that they would require. And we'll definitely, when we go back, ensure that we give them the maximum support to ensure that their work is done smoothly.